Golf 1 was launched in 1974. It was seen as a replacement for the VW Beetle. It was designed by an Italian called Giugiaro, who has been inducted in the Designer Hall of Fame. He was also named the Designer of the Century. He's been responsible for cars like the BMW M1, a couple of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, among other brilliant cars that he's designed. Now, this car was among the 26 nominees for World Car of the Century. The GTI brand started with the Golf 1, where it was a spare time project of engineers who thought they need to design a sports Golf. Marketing thought it wasn't going to sell, and boy were they wrong. In 1983, we saw the introduction of the Golf 2. It was slightly bigger than the Golf 1 in terms of inside and also outside. 6.3 million units of the Golf 2 were produced during its life cycle. The interesting part about the Golf 2 is we had a G60 model which had a supercharged 2-liter engine, was driven by all 4 wheels. And that's the car I see as a spiritual successor to the current Golf R. In 1991, we then had the Golf 3. Now this car is an interesting one because VW wanted to make it bigger and better than the Golf 2, but the engines remained the same. It was still much more safer because they introduced ABS and also airbags, side airbags in this particular car, but the engine size remained the same, and that meant that the performance wasn't that good. Now that meant we had the VR6, where VW took their 2.8 V6 engine and slotted it into this car, and then we had the Vura, as it is affectionately known in Mzansi. The Golf 4. This is a car which I personally look at as a democracy car because it was the first Golf which was launched after South Africa's 1994 historic elections. In 2001, it was VW's best seller in terms of sales, and it was a deliberate move by VW to move it up market in terms of the quality of the inside and also with the equipment levels which this car came with. The Golf 5 was launched by VW in 2003. It was the first car to have double clutch gearbox in terms of the hatchback sector. And also it was bigger inside than the Golf 4. However, the quality inside was not seen as a major improvement compared to the Golf 4. Now we had the Golf 6, which was introduced in 2008. Now this car was designed by the brilliant Walter de Silva, who famously cried while presenting the design study for the Audi A5. But now back to the Golf. Following criticism that VW received over the quality of the Golf 5, they paid much more attention to the quality in terms of interior for the Golf 6. It also offered the electronic differential system in the Golf GTI, which is a similar system as you find in Formula 1 and a couple of Ferraris. And this car really started making Golf popular in terms of quality and as an all-round family car. Ladies, what do you think of this car?
Okay, I think it's a comfortable car, neat and smart compared to G5 and G6.
Did you hear that? Mm-hmm.
Okay, just by looking at the car, I think they made a good constant change from the GTI models.
All right.
It's a great car, smooth, comfortable, and much safer with the airbags on the sides.
It looks more like a G6, but it's more beautiful and sexy.
Looking at the inside, the whole entertainment system has been redesigned. 8 speakers, 2 push dials, and yeah, I love it.
If a guy comes driving this car, would you look at him differently and go like, I like him?
No.
Firstly, I don't go for guys with cars, so no.
Well, I'd say I like the car, not him.
The car, not him.
If he's going to let me drive it, then yeah.
To tell us more about the Golf 7, we've got Daisy from VW in Edenswald. Now Daisy, how important is the Golf 7 for VW South Africa?
Thank you, Sibo. Golf 7 signifies a new era for Volkswagen. 38 years since the market launch of the Golf, the iconic Golf 7 signifies a new chapter in the success story for Volkswagen. Thanks to increase in investment in production facilities and with visionary thinking, we introduces levels of technology, innovation and quality never before experienced in this segment. The Golf is more than just a car. To millions of people worldwide, it's the car.
And as you've seen, VW says the VW Golf 7 is the one. Now we're going to take more time and drive the car and get to understand what really makes this car such a brilliant car. Okay, now when we spoke about the Golf range, on the Golf 4 we had said that the quality was excellent. On the Golf 5, people felt that the quality had really gone down a little bit. Now with the Golf 7, I really feel that VW has really paid a lot of attention in terms of the quality. If you sit inside this car, you can actually feel the investment in quality that they've made into it. It feels like a sort of a premium car. I would put this level at a C-Class BMW 3 Series level. One of the things which I really think VW has done brilliantly is the audio system. Now if you look at this audio system is a touch screen, which means you just touch, but the nice thing about it is, you see this goes down and it's heat sensitive, which means when your finger approaches the screen, the pop-up menu brings out all what you want to touch. Like look at this now, see? And it comes up. I haven't touched it, but this comes up. So it's heat sensitive, it senses whether you're going to touch it. Now the nice thing about the DSG, because this car comes with the DSG, which is a twin clutch gearbox, which is excellent in terms of the pace of gear changes, but you can also have these pedals behind the steering wheel which allow you to make changes in terms of the gears, like going down or if you're going up in terms of gear shift. That means you've got your hand on the steering wheels and you really enjoy driving this car. Now let's do the driving.